the ground.
We're all selfish creatures. Like, let's be real. We're all selfish. What do we gain? What do we benefit? This is probably the key to success. Not like, this is probably one of the pivotal keys to your success in any realm. You ever heard the saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know? That is the realest statement ever, right? And you're only going to be as successful as your network is. So you have to have a network where you can pull out your phone and call people for whatever various reasons you may need them. But you have to have a Rolodex of people that you can call, that are important, that are powerful, that can make it shake, that have motion, right? And the only way you can do that is if you network. And if you get an opportunity to meet people, take it. Right? Always take the opportunity and the time to meet people and really discover who they are and what they do. The faster you figure out what someone does and how you can help them in their service or make them money and vice versa, the quicker you can network and make that relationship start. It's the inception of a relationship. Figure out what they do. How can you be of service to them? That's it. Because a lot of people, all they want to hear is that you can help them. That's what we all really want. We're all selfish creatures. Like, let's be real. We're all selfish. What do we gain? What do we benefit? So when you're networking, the biggest thing you want to do is express how you can help them, right? But also give them a window into what you do. For example, if I do digital marketing, if I'm a digital marketer, and I run a content agency that works with digital marketing, right? So it's a part of digital marketing. If I express to someone else, let's say a restaurant or any sort of person that needs content, that I can produce leads, customers, people that want to genuinely buy their product, that I can help that with my services, they're going to want to stay in contact with me. So whatever service that you can provide, and if you're not ready or you don't have a service that you can provide, you just wait, because we're about to drop a whole course in a community that you can learn how to digital market, because it's one of the most powerful things you can do this year / in this generation. But when you have that skill and you know that you can provide some service to them to help them, press that issue when you're having the conversation. Press the issue of, I can help you. This is what I can do for you. This is how me and you working together can produce this. And always root it back to the baseline, money. Help people make more money and you will gain everything you desire. Right? But also in events where you already are in stride, right? And you have a network capable of helping you in many different arenas, you can make phone calls to make yourself look better in different situations. What do I mean by that? If you are in a position where you have a client or somebody of status that you've just met that can be of service to you in the long run, or that you want a business partnership with, right? If they need something that you know within your contacts that you have that you can provide to them without you doing it, like if you don't know that service, but you can give it to the person that you just met, you're gonna be boosted on both sides, on both relationships. Because the person that you're providing the service to through the other person who provides that exact service, you're almost giving money to them as you're getting the thing done for the other person. Does that make sense? So if I know that I have a client that I produce content for that owns a big complex that has all sorts of services in it, restaurant, catering service, hospitality service, right? And I have another huge client that just comes into the same town as that client who has a hospitality service, and that person needs to host an event in a venue. If I connect the two of them together, what does that do for me? That lifts your status up tremendously, especially if everything goes well. Because without you, they couldn't have an event, and without you, they couldn't have met this big client that's probably paying big bucks, right? So you have to get into understanding what people do and how you can provide a service. Now, I know for many that may be difficult. For me, it's one of the most difficult things. although I've learned how to create a network and build on it and all of these things, it was very hard for me to start that. I'm not necessarily one that likes small talk. And what you'll learn is that in your journey of building your network, you're gonna have to have a lot of small talk. You're gonna have to. And what I mean by small talk is once you get past understanding what someone does, you want to find the intricate stories within what they do. Right? So ask important questions. And all that means is that you're just a little bit more selfish than others, which is fine. Or you just need to hone on your skill of networking, which I have for many years. And now I'm at a point where I can do that. So for you, if you're not necessarily someone who likes to hear other people's story or dive deep into what people do outside of their business, because that's very important as well. It's not just what they do in their business, it's what they do outside of business. Because many times what gets me through the door with these relationships isn't, just the service. They have to like you as a person as well, right? So if you get a chance to ask people about what they do outside of business and figure out what their hobbies are, what do they enjoy? Are they a sports fan? Sure. Do they like art? Sure. Where's their favorite place to travel? Do they have kids? Their family? All of these small talk things you have to get good at asking to understand people at a deeper level and a psychological level, so that when you start to do work with them, you can better understand how you can service them and help them. Because what people do outside of business heavily tells you about who they are as a person and how you can help or not, right? So you want to figure out what people do outside business, and that requires some small talk. So work on it, because it'll help you in the long run. And having the ability to have a super like a dense network where you can call at any time and get strings pulled in your favor, you'll meet these people that are in power, that are of power. And if you can provide a service to them, or you can be that likable human that they like, they will pull strings for you. They will make it happen, right? That's how you meet people. You have to be interested and genuinely interested in what they do, how they got there, their story, what they do outside of business, how you can help them. Where do you guys relate? It's just what you have to do. And it'll change your life, because sometimes all you need is just an opportunity. And sometimes the opportunity comes through people that you don't even know, but that you've just met through a networking event, through bumping in them at the bar. And that's the life of an entrepreneur. So you better get ready for that, because when you're working at a computer at 6:00 p.m. on a Tuesday at a bar, people are going to wonder what you're doing, and especially where you go. And that's a great another subject, is where you end up, like where you end up going to the bar, to restaurants. That's the caliber of people that you'll meet. So don't go to a fucking pub where they're serving small time beer and no cocktails, and it's a rundown place. Don't do that and go work. But go to upscale places that you may not be able to afford right now, and see who walks through there. See who wants to give you the time of day, because I promise you a lot of people will be interested in what you're doing, because they know that, one, they probably should be on their computer too, and two, that you may have a service that they can provide, or that you can provide to them. That's how business people think. So when you welcome to entrepreneurship, like, people want to know what you're doing and what you got up to and how you can help them get to a better place, because everyone needs to be in a better place, right? In business, we can all use a helping hand from time to time. So you gotta really, really hone in on your skills and being able to network with people on the fly, because it'll change your life and it'll open opportunities that you may think you would never think that you would get. But you'll get them simply because you've networked, you've made a connection, and you keep that relationship line open and green. So I implore you, I really do. I implore you to get into the networking and relationship game. Learn your small skills, your soft skills for interpersonal connections and how to speak to people. right? Get down into the depths of understanding what people do outside of business. And the biggest one is probably learn a skill that you can then implement in these relationships to help people. Because that's all it is. Everyone wants to be helped. Everyone wants to succeed in business. And money will flow back your way faster than you think.
Boy, Mr. Brown.